Hello everyone, I am Pavan Prakash, a third year student currently pursuing my BTech in AI and DS at DGCT SIM. I am here to share my experience and feedback about the technical training program provided by our placement department for the past few weeks. The program was all about AI and machine learning. So let me share my feedback representing all of the students from our class. Okay. So for the first week, we kicked off things with the very basics of AI, like what is AI and how it is different from the traditional programming and what could AI be in the future, and everything very much theoretically, which was a real icebreaker for us, which busted more myths and the misconceptions we had about AI. So the first week all went in like this. We had covered everything, so much of things very newly theoretically, which gave us a real understanding of what we are going to see in the upcoming weeks and gave us a real good amount of interest to focus on the upcoming sessions. So this is how our first week of programming. When we hopped on to the second week, that's where the real stuff starts. We started with the machine learning. So we never knew what exactly is machine learning. So we had to go through some kind of discussion to understand what is real machine learning and how it works and why do we even need machine learning and what are the types of machine learning. So this gave us a real good idea of what actually is machine learning. So instead of all those misconceptions that we had in the past, all were cleared by our mentor. So once this is all done, we started diving deep into the actual stuff. We started learning machine learning algorithms, and the approach that was taken to us to make sure every student in the room reaches what he is coming to say, regardless of our academic background, was really impressive. We have just taken a machine learning algorithm. We saw the theoretical and the mathematical concepts behind it very well before moving on to the actual implementation, which made sure that why are we actually choosing this algorithm? Why are we not choosing any other algorithm? Why it is the best fit in the current scenario? We saw everything and then we moved on to the implementation, which made the implementation not just very blindly, but made sure that we know what we are doing. So this is how we moved on to the implementation. And after the implementation of a particular algorithm, we had a really good discussion. This is happening for every algorithm. So after implementing the algorithm, we are seeing the interview perspective of things. What could be the interview question regarding this? How to tackle a situation if I was being thrown a question like this in the interview? So we discussed all of these things. So we covered the theoretical part, we covered the mathematical part, and also the implementation. And apart from that, we were focused more into the placement preparation strategies. We are being encountered scenarios like that. So in the third week, we started with the deep learning. So deep learning, we knew what deep learning is, and we already knew that it is going to be a very advanced concept and it is going to be very hard to grasp. But surprisingly, that wasn't the case. He took the same approach as things were going in the machine learning. So which made things much easier for us to understand. Of course, deep learning was very hard compared to the machine learning, but still we had the capability to understand what he was coming to say. And the week was like a lot of learnings. So once we are done with deep learning, we moved on to a very high level concepts of AI, the things that we call as cutting edge technologies such as NLP, computer vision, and so on, and even RACs. We had an opportunity to explore all of these stuff in that week. So these advanced concepts gave us a really good idea of what is currently happening in the industry, which gave us an idea of what is happening in the current world. What are the AI trends right now? And think learning this was like a really good learning for us. It was a real good experience throughout the training. And at this point, I want to thank all our faculties and HODs for providing this opportunity to attend this technical training program. And we look forward to attend more and more programs in upcoming months, of which can really help us in preparing for our placements for the final year.